Have you ever read a book that you absolutely loved? The writing was great, the themes were just perfect for you, and it made you find a new favorite author? Well, I just went through that. I read The Unreal and the Real, Volume 1 by Ursula K. Le Guin, and oh my god, I loved it so much. I finished it over a week ago and I haven't been able to read a book since, and not for a lack of trying. I'm currently in the middle of not one, not two, but 3 books, and I just can't seem to finish any of them. And that is when I realized I'm in a reading slump. Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's Paula here, and so far in the month of May I've only been able to read 1 book. And that book is The Unreal and the Real Volume 1 by Ursula K. Le Guin. And let me tell you, this book put me in a slump. Don't get me wrong, I love this book. It was so much fun. I think Ursula K. Le Guin might be one of my favorite authors now. I want to read so much more of her. Like, I loved it so much. And I'm not usually a big fan of short stories because I feel like you cannot really get to connect with the characters that much. I did. And I finished this the first week of May. I have not been able to pick up a book ever since. Actually, I have been able to pick up books, but I have not finished any of them. So the 3 books I'm currently in are Yellowface, which is still kind of left over from April. I started reading it. I had to read other stuff, so I have not finished it. It is very cool, very intense. Like low-key, we just follow this main character spiraling, which is great, love that. This is, I would say, a literary fiction. Now I started reading Villette, which is one of my books in my TBR this month, and it's a classic. Classics usually require more effort from me to get into them. I love them still, but sometimes they're just heavier. And then the other book that I'm currently reading is Turning Point by Hayao Miyazaki. I love Hayao Miyazaki, I love Studio Ghibli. This is a non-fiction, and while it is definitely very, very interesting, it delves a lot in the beginning about nature, specifically Hayao Miyazaki's thoughts on nature and humans and how they relate and how they should connect, which is cool, but also very heavy. So now I find myself here in a reading slump, and I'm wondering, what can I do? Because I don't want to read, I just don't feel like reading. My go-to tip if I'm in a reading slump is to read a book that is 0% brain power. I do not want to think in this book. I just want to read and vibe and have fun. And usually, unfortunately, even though I have so many books that I want to read, those 0 brain power books, they're always romances. And I don't have that many romances, but I do have 1 book that I'm supposed to read this month. If you saw my friends choose my TBR for May, it's one of those books, and that is Checkmate by Ali Hazelwood. I guess I would consider myself an Ali Hazelwood fan, but only because her books are so easy to read. You know, I love reading classics, I love reading non-fiction, literary fiction, but sometimes you just need a funny, easy read. And that's what Ali Hazelwood is for me. Her books are my getting out of a reading slump books. So honestly, I think I've read all of her contemporary romances, so I think this is a good way for me to go back into reading, because I hate the fact that I am not reading, just because it's my favorite hobby, is something that I love to do, and sometimes we do need breaks, but I feel like that break has been long enough. So Checkmate, I just realized it does not have a synopsis because it's a special edition. This is the dust jacket, that's fine. All I know is this is her first and only YA romance, and it's about chess. So our main character played chess when she was little, but then something happened, it kind of like ruined her family or something like that, and she stopped playing chess. And years later, I'm gonna guess, she goes back to playing chess and she defeats like a big name in the chess community, which is this guy. So I am ready for a easy, fluffy romance that has, again, it does not involve using my brain at all. So hopefully this gets me out of my slump. We'll see. Also, even though I love this dust jacket, and I'm not gonna lie, I got this edition for the dust jacket, I am gonna take it off because I hate actually reading with dust jackets. Okay, now let's go reading.
first ways, oh baby. It's a shame that we don't operate well, baby. Cause you're bad for my health. I swear you go to hell, take the L. I don't wanna see you swell no more. And you might be the death of me now, baby. But we don't want no homicide now, do we? And shooting my soul so loud. Are you happy now?
Okay, so little update. I am now in page 194, so chapter 16. I'm liking it. Oh my god, I'm liking it so much. It's been just a couple hours and I'm already so far into it. I don't think I usually read this fast, but it's just such an easy book to read. Like, it's very easy to follow. The plot is interesting enough. I like the female main character. I also really like the male interest. I don't really know what to say about this without giving too much spoilers. Mallory, I feel her. You know how she always feels so guilty about everything that happened, how she feels like she has this burden of having to repay her family, make sure her family is okay after that little trauma thing that happened in the past, which now we know what actually happened, or we kind of know what happened with her father and how it affected her, and you know why she doesn't play chess anymore. And Mallory and Nolan are they're just so cute. Like they're really cute. I literally just read the part of like, I don't think this is a spoiler, but if you consider it a spoiler, just like go ahead, like maybe 10 seconds. But I just got to the part where she takes care of him when he's sick. That just does it for me. I love that. It's so cute. But yeah, I feel like, so this is this Ellie Hazelwood's first like YA novel, and I feel like she has given the characters enough, at least, yeah, I think both of them, enough depth in their stories and how they feel and like their personalities. I feel like a lot of times with YA we focus a lot on the plot and not so much on the characters, and I think this has like the perfect balance. Like, we know there's stuff that Mallory is going through. It's a little bit also kind of like a, not necessarily coming of age, but like her coming into adulthood and trying to figure out how to get rid of like her burden and stop planning her future based on the things that happened in the past, and how she can move on from being stuck. And I think that's just very cute. It's enough depth that I feel like young people can relate. The only thing is that there's quite a lot of mentions of sex in this book, and it's good that it's included in books just to make it less of a taboo topic. But I feel like it's going into more detail than I would expect from a young adult book. So there's that. But I'm really loving it so far, and we just got into a point that like the whole thing just turned very interesting because something just happened. And I'm so excited, so I wanna keep reading.
I really hate you, 'cause you made me so blue. And I promise to God I'll cut you off. But I really need you, and I really don't want to, yeah. But we'll keep playing games till you fuck off.
Okay, I'm sorry, that's it? Like, that's the epilogue? That was slightly disappointing. Okay. Okay, so I officially finished Checkmate. Oh, actually, wait. Okay, sorry, I love this dust jacket so much. Like, oh, it's so pretty. Okay, so I officially finished Checkmate, and it was so cute. It was so cute. Oh my god. This is the first book that I finished since in the last like 2 weeks. Okay, this is the second book I finished in the whole month of May. And I'm so proud of myself, but also this was just very easy to get into and to read. Like, you know, it's so cute. Why? I'm gonna hold up a little bit on my reading because I feel like I like thinking about it for a little while before like actually sharing, because a lot of times I end up changing my opinion from like the moment that I finish the book. So yeah, the only thing I want to say right now is very cute. I'm wondering about the age, like the target age for this, because it's supposed to be a YA book, but some scenes didn't feel very YA to me. I literally just finished the book, so you probably just saw that ending was a little bit lackluster, I guess. I don't know, it just I don't know. I will talk more about this book later. But the good thing is I am not itching to read something, but I feel like I could. Like, I'm not just not feeling it. Like, I could be feeling it. So I think the best idea right now is to try another like fun, somewhat easy read to like keep, you know, the strike going of me reading. And hopefully that will get me completely out of the reading slump. So yeah, the other day I got a very, very exciting package for a very anticipated read, but unfortunately that meant that I did not read the book until I got the package. So I've been waiting on that for like the whole month of April, and I finally got it. And I did record it because I was thinking of doing a different video, but I'm in a reading slump right now. Videos don't matter that much, so I just want to read. And I think I'm gonna read that book. I'm gonna put the clip right now so you can see me unboxing that book. Okay, so guess what I just got. I am so excited for this book. So excited. It's one of my most anticipated releases of this year. And of course I had to get another edition that matches the book that I already have of her. So I'm so excited to open this. I still very sad that I have not read the other special edition that I have of her book. I don't know why, I started it and then I never picked it up because I was so flooded with like school and other books to read. So I never finished it, but I have read one of her previous books and I really loved that. Yeah, I'm being sneaky and I'm not telling you the name of the author. It's a funny story by Emily Henry. Oh my god. I think I opened the Happy Place special edition in a YouTube video. I feel like it was in like my big haul from the beginning of this year. And oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh. Please, wait, look at this. That is beautiful. Oh, and it's also signed. Yes. Oh my god. So I have just unpacked this one and I have obviously Happy Place, which, give me a second. I'm not a big fan of the dust jackets, but that's fine. They're both like, oh my god. They're so pretty. Yeah, I am so excited to read. No, I am so excited to read this book now. I've heard great things about it. Oh, they look so cute together. Oh, okay. I am actually so excited to start Funny Story now. I am kind of reserving Happy Place for the summer, but we'll see. Because if I like Funny Story, I may want to start Happy Place. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, we're back. We're back. So that book that I've been waiting to read since I got it, I think I got it like last week or something, or a couple. When did I? Okay, I don't remember when I got it. Probably a week ago. Not sure. Funny Story by Emily Henry. Now, I feel like it's very weird that this is a very anticipated release. Mostly because, how can I say I'm an Emily Henry fan if I've only read one of her books? I don't know. I don't know. I have been reserving like some of the books so I can read them for the summer. So like People We Meet on Vacation or Beach Read. I still have not read any of those. And I'm hoping to read them this summer. But because I know that in the summer I don't have the brain power to read anything too difficult. I just want silly summary romances because it's just too hot where I live. So again, I haven't read many of her books, just one. And it's not even Happy Place because I never finished that book. I started the first couple chapters and then I had to travel and stuff, so I never finished that book. What is the book that I did finish? The one book that I did finish of her was Book Lovers. And I really, really liked it. Oh my god, I loved it so much. I think I gave it 4 stars. And I did not annotate it because I was traveling at the time, but like, this is what my annotations look like. The thing is, with books that I love, I usually don't have time to annotate them. I just want to read them. So I wait and I hold off until I read it for the second time, and then that's when I actually annotate it because I know what's gonna happen, so it just feels like I can take my own time with it. But when I first read a book that I love, I need to read it. But yeah, I feel like this is the book for like the older sisters, and I am indeed an older sister, and I just really related so much to this character, and I loved her so much. I think Nora, right? Yeah, Nora. It just worked for me so well, and I really liked it. So I will give Emily Henry more chances, and that's where I got Happy Place, the Afterlife exclusive of it, because I just loved it so much. I think I showed it in the previous clip. And I had to get Funny Story, because something about it just seemed so fun. Because what do you mean? Our main character... What's the main character? Daphne. What do you mean Daphne is left weeks before her wedding, right? And then her fiance, her supposed fiance, leaves her for his old best friend, and that best friend also breaks up with her current boyfriend to be with Daphne's fiance, and then Daphne has to move in with the boyfriend of the best friend that just started dating the fiance. That is so complicated, oh my god. But this, it sounds so fun. I just want something fun. But yeah, it's also a pick for a book club that I'm in, so I had to read this anyway this month, and I think it's gonna be the perfect book to get me out of a reading slump. So, and I'm excited. I have heard some stuff about the book though. I've heard people really like it, but then I've also heard that there were some people that just did not vibe with the main male character. So we'll see if I like it. Once again, I'm taking off the dust jacket. I'm so sorry, I cannot read with a dust jacket. I just can't. Also, look at this. This is just so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go read Funny Story now. I'm sorry, but their names are Peter and Petra? That's disgusting, okay. Hi, welcome to my bed. Honestly, I woke up like maybe a couple hours ago. I could not be bothered to brush my hair, so I just braided it. But I'm here to talk about Funny Story. I ended up reading until 2 a.m. yesterday. 2 a.m. And here's the thing that you probably don't know about me. I value sleep. I value sleep so much. Like, nothing is gonna get in the way between me and sleeping except a very good book. And this is indeed a very good book, honestly. I feel like if I am reading a book and I've stayed awake until 2 a.m, that book, great rating for me. It's gonna have a great rating, and I feel like it's one of the signs that maybe my reading slump is over. Because I kept reading. Like, I wanted to keep reading this until 2 a.m. instead of going to sleep. So I'm in chapter 21, which is page 200. 29. My thoughts. I don't have the power to express how much I'm liking this book. I feel like, although I've never been in the same situation as Daphne, I saw a TikTok or something saying that this book is for the girls with daddy issues. Yes, I mean, I don't have them, so I don't relate to that part, but I definitely relate to the whole, like, her thinking, like, she's not worth loving, like how someone always decides that there's something better. Definitely that's rooted from her, like, daddy issues, but that whole concept of, like, never feeling like you're enough for someone to stay, oh, my heart. I felt that so much. I feel like that's why I love Emily Henry's book so much, since I have only read 2 books. This is a romance. This is very obviously a romance, but it always delves into so much more than the romance. It does have like a little bit of the literary fiction. I feel like there is so much more to this woman than the romance, you know? And I feel like that is a very big point of this whole book, the fact that she realized that she gave so much effort and so much of herself to her past relationship that she's in a point where she's like, I don't even know who I am anymore. And it's just her having to like rediscover who she is, finding things that she loves to do by herself, and like getting these like new friendships. I love that so much. I love that so much. Also, I do feel like the relationship between Daphne and Miles is very cute. Like, Daphne just deserves a very nice man, and I feel like Miles is a nice man. Like, I feel like that's his whole thing. He's very nice. Also, Miles' character has a lot of depth in it, because we only see him at the beginning as, like, again, the nice guy, but there's so much more of him. Like, there's a reason why he is supposedly the nice guy, why he's always so condemned, how he tries to make, you know, things easy. And when they finally like have that conversation, it's just, it makes sense why they are scared of like being together, which honestly I feel like it's mostly, yeah, I guess they are both scared, but Miles is the one that's like, I cannot do this type thing. I don't know, I really like them. I like the friendships that Daphne is forming in this town, and how Miles is like trying to convince her to stay. Like, her ex-fiance already made her like move to this place. He doesn't want him to be the reason she also leaves it. So it's just, I'm enjoying it very much. What can I say? It's just a good book for me. And I'm just so excited to finish it. I don't have much left. I have like 150 pages left, and I feel like I could finish it this morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep reading, because honestly I wanted to keep reading last night, but I was like, no, I need to go to sleep. This is definitely looking like a 5-star for me.
I really hate you, 'cause you made me so blue. And I promise to God I'll cut you off, but I really need you.
Okay, so I finished reading Funny Story. So let's talk about the 2 books that I read in this video. I pretty much like giving myself some time to rate this book, so I can like really think about what I liked and what didn't like about them. So it's been a little while. I read Take a Mate yesterday, and Funny Story I finished this morning. So I feel like after a couple hours, I do know what to say about them. So let's go ahead. Take a Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I'm gonna give this book 4 stars. 4 stars, yes, because I loved it. I think it was pretty clear throughout the whole reading experience of me reading this book. It was just very cute. I liked Mallory. I liked Nolan. I liked Mallory and Nolan together. I really like chess, so it was very fun to see how Ali Hazelwood incorporated chess in this book. I felt like even though it's a YA book, the amount of depth that went into these characters, like their traumas, what they're worried about, what has happened in the past that have made them the people that they are now, it is very well done. I feel like sometimes in YA you get caught up in like the plot of the book, so there's not much about the characters, but this one did it perfectly. There was a great balance between the plot and everything that was happening in their lives, and you know, their personalities, the depth, how much they were sharing about themselves, and how much us as the readers knew about them. So that was great. I feel like the only reason I might not give it 5 stars is actually it's 2 things. The first one is this is targeted as a YA. Why was the sex kind of graphic. It was not super graphic, but I feel like I've seen less graphic stuff in adult books. So it felt definitely a bit weird that we had that in this YA. I've seen people say that this felt more like an adult book, and I agree, but only in that part. I feel like the plot, the coming into adulthood part of it fits very well with the YA genre, but the intimate parts of this just felt very adultish. And they are adults, so you know, we're not discussing minors here, they are both adults. I don't know, I just felt like for a YA, the descriptiveness of it was kind of unnecessary. And then the second thing is the epilogue. I feel like the epilogue was very lackluster. I don't know, like maybe it wasn't needed. I feel like I would have rather have a scene of the ending of like the tournament rather than that like newspaper epilogue that we got. I felt like it really put me off of the story a little bit. But apart from that, really liked the story and the characters, really related to the main character too. It was a great book and I would definitely recommend it. Now that's the thing, I would love to recommend it to like, I don't know, my younger cousins, like, you know, teenagers. But the sex thing kind of puts me off on that. So there's that. And then after Second Mate, I was not like super wanting to read a book, but I was, you know, I had that momentum going. And this whole video is about me starting to read again after a couple weeks. So I picked up immediately after Funny Story. And that was the best I could have done, because this book is a 5-star. It is a 5-star. I loved it so much. I feel like this is the only book this year that I've read that is 5 stars, and it doesn't have any kind of fantasy or magical realism element to it. So, you know, that's great. I loved this book. I related so much to both of their characters and their whole idea that they both have, that they're unlovable, that they're like not worthy of love, that there's always someone that's gonna be better than them. They're just how scared they are of like not being worthy of love. Unfortunately, I really related to that, and I am so glad that, you know, they found each other. And this is a love story. I feel like it's quite, you know, we know that they're gonna end up together. It was just so beautiful, and I love that, especially with Emily Henry's books, it's not all about the romance. There's so much more that happens outside of the romance. Like Daphne's figuring out who she is, who she wants to be, where she wants to be, and like forging these new friendships with these other women and not just focusing on her love interest. Because especially with Daphne, that's like a big fault that she has, is that when she gets into a relationship, she gives all she has to the relationship, and then once it finishes, she doesn't know who she is anymore. So I loved her development throughout the whole book. It was just very cute. I feel like the last that I talked to you guys about was this morning. I wasn't very specific, but after that, we get to see more of Daphne's father. And the third act conflict type thing, I got really pissed at Miles. I got very pissed, because I feel like that's grounds for like being mad. Like usually, and a big pet peeve that I have is when the third act conflict comes in and it just makes no sense. Like, why? But this one, it makes sense. It made sense for me, and that's all that I need. And it just worked great for how the story needed to go and what Daphne needed to realize at the end of this. So yeah, I liked it. And honestly, I don't know why that many people don't like Miles. I really don't get it. He's just so cute in my opinion. I don't know. To each his own, but Funny Story was definitely a 5-star for me, and I'm so happy that I got to read it. But yeah, these are the 2 books that I read in this video. Now the question is, am I out of my reading slump? I already started a new book, so I'm gonna say yes. I am completely out of my reading slump, and I'm so happy because I am so excited to read more books. As I said at the beginning of this video, reading is my main hobby, is the thing that I love the most doing. So it makes me very sad whenever I don't have the urge to read, because I know it's just something that makes me very happy. So I guess out of this video we can get out that my main tip for getting out of reading slump is reading a genre that you just know you're gonna devour. And in my case, fluffy, cute romances. These are my go-to for getting out of the reading slump. So if you do have any other tips, please let me know. I may be in a reading slump soon or in a couple months, and I will obviously want to get out of it. So if there's any tips, please let me know, leave a comment down below. If you have stayed until the end, thank you so much, you're so sweet. And yeah, if you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe. That will definitely make my day. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.